So I thought I'd do a video on my SWOT analysis, as this has already been implemented before you asked us to do this. So this is a dashboard originally created by myself. Obviously SWOT meaning strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Thought I'd do this in a spider diagram for both the Graphoidal and what the customer needs. I thought visually was a bit different, catches the eye. So this is dashboard, like I said, and then in the bottom you've got all four tabs. So I'll just go through a few on each. So over to the strengths, these are each of our strength item, 1 being our worst, 3 being our best strength. Blue on the spider diagram is for Graphoidal, red being for the customer needs. So I put reputation as 3 being that's our best strength. Exercise being 3, speed of delivery being 2. I think that's standard. There's areas for improvement, but it's certainly not our worst area. Quality of product is 3, arguably the best products within in the market. Development of products I've put down as a 1. So this is an area for improvement. Over the past year, well, over the past 2 years, we've only identified the development of 1 product. Again, that's down to customer requirement and just the need for different products within glass industry. Customer satisfaction / return on customers I've put as 3. We've got a high retention of customers, and they always seem to be satisfied with our equipment. Obviously, there's always room for improvement, like every company, but the majority of happy customers. Growing turnover I put as 2. Each year we've been getting more turnover, which is a positive, but the more we can get out the door, the more turnover we get. Sufficient funds I put 2. So we're backed by a group, Rondo Group, so we're not relying just upon ourselves for the funds. We've got a nice sustainable income. Management team, wide knowledge of products. So our management teams have been in positions 10 years plus. So yeah, they certainly know their products. Apprenticeship scheme / development employees. Well, I'm a prime example of this, putting me on this level 4 course. So I'm not the only person that's being developed within Graphoidal. Move down to weaknesses. Again, blue being Graphoidal, red being customer needs. So our weakness is quality process documentation. So I've put that as our biggest weakness before ISO 9001. So I created this before we got accredited. So before ISO 9001, we had very little documentation. As for the customer, I put there as the smallest. They don't need to know the documentation really, as long as their equipment is good enough and they're happy with that. Environmental travel, air miles. It's unfortunately it's nothing that we can overcome due to supplying worldwide. But again, I put that as a smallest weakness for the customer, because at the end of the day, as long as they get their equipment, they're more than happy. Waste scrap, put that smallest. We are pretty efficient with waste. Development company, yeah, this is always a tricky one, as we're classed as Graphoidal developments. The sales team like to not say no to customers. Unfortunately, it has to be said sometimes, because it's just not in our scope of work that can be done. Not acting on good ideas. This is our biggest weakness in my opinion. There's a lot of good ideas set by certainly people on the workshop, but because nothing's been done prior to this, they've kind of been quiet now. So yeah, I think not acting on good ideas is a big weakness for Graphoidal. But again, for the customer, they don't really need to know about not acting on good ideas, as long as what they're getting is what they've asked for. Post-sale / pre-commission documentation. Again, this kind of falls into number 1 with the quality process documentation. Very limited on what paperwork we have. and I put this 3 for the biggest for the customer, because pre-commissioning, they need to know everything about the equipment. They need to know maintenance techniques, they need to know servicing, and we just don't have that at the minute. We obviously provide manuals, but the manuals are pretty skeleton-like. Employee engagement and then employee empowerment. We do okay with that. Always room for improvement. Moving on for opportunities. Again, graphoidal in red, customer in blue. So development on new products. Like I said previously, there's a limitation on what we can develop, because it's very niche. But obviously, for the customer, if it's what the customer wants, customer gets, so to speak. So if they want something new, it's a good opportunity for them. Expand to new geographical areas. It's tough because we are worldwide. We have hit Americas recently, which we've not so. We haven't really hit that much. So we've moved across into the Americas, which is good. But again, it's a good opportunity for customers if it's not an area that we cover. Service contracts, again, it's both good for us and both good for the customer. It's good for us because now we've got accredited for ISO 9001. This is one of our KPIs. So A, it'll hit that. B, it'll earn more revenue. And C, it's good communication with the customer. And then it's good for them because they know that their equipment will get serviced on a regular basis and ensure it's still working correctly. D2N2 opportunities. So as we're an SME business, D2N2 is just like webinars and stuff like that to enhance employees. Again, customers not really bothered about that. That's more internal. Add new clients. Again, similar to geographical areas, there's not many clients that we don't try and hit. We are the market leader, but there is clients out there that we could delve into a bit more. And again, if one of those clients are currently not with graphoidal, it's a good opportunity for them at the same time. Going digital, it's a great opportunity to go digital, but again, not really bothered about customers. We can't really increase more digitalization with our equipment. Reduce waste costs. Every company can reduce more waste no matter what they see. Expand the company. So we have expanded the company since this SWOT's been done, but we're always looking to expand more. Increase quality process. I mean, that's our main goal for ISO 9001 is to reduce poor quality, increase better quality, and that's the same for the customer. They want to make sure that their equipment is top notch. Changing currency, obviously it's markets, they change, so we need to take opportunities for good market changes. And Brexit, I know that it's on opportunities and it's on threats. We don't know. We're still obviously in transition of Brexit. It could come out good for us with the trade deals that we get. It could come out poor for us. So that's why it's on opportunities and threats. We're moving on to threats. Brexit at the top. Obviously, that's our biggest threat. Still unknown. I mean, we know now that more paperwork's involved through customs, etc. And that's the same as customers. There's getting delays at ports. We've got a bigger lead time. New competitors, existing companies. We are the market leaders, but there's obviously competitors out there that can come out and take over. Decrease in market demand. It's tough because glass bottles are always going to be about. There's it's environmentally friendly. It's not clogging up wastelands, etc. Lots of key employees. Yeah, it's tough because some of our employees have been here for such a long time, and it's kind of knowledge is power, or power is knowledge, whatever the phrase is. And if once they go, it's kind of business continuity. So we have got some key employees that once they do retire / leave, then we may be struggling a little bit. So we need to delve into their knowledge and get it down on some paperwork. But obviously that's part of the ISO 9001 with getting processes written down, so business continuity can happen. Customer inability to pay, yeah, it is a threat, but it's never really happened. Raw materials, energy, transport costs, obviously supply issues currently with raw materials, that is a threat. Loss of customers is always a threat for us. Third pot is and changing currency. So going back to the dashboard, as you can see, that's all strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats on one dashboard. I thought it was quite a nice way to visually show my SWOT analysis. Thank you very much.